welcome to Block Watch. Today, we're uncovering a digital crisis tearing a massive simulated reality completely apart. We're talking a system failure so severe, it literally threatened to wipe out countless hours of user data and rewrite the very rules of an entire virtual ecosystem. I mean, imagine logging in to check on your virtual life. You've spent hours building it, right? Nurturing it, only to discover the entire ecosystem is on the brink of a complete structural collapse. What happens when the digital world you built suddenly threatens to delete everything you love? For anyone invested in digital environments, this is pretty much your worst nightmare unfolding in real time. Specifically, we're talking about the newly released Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this was designed to be a peaceful, super engaging simulation, but as you're about to see, it became anything but peaceful. This highly anticipated life simulator just launched in April 2026. It immediately drew in thousands of players looking to build their perfect island. It was meant to be this massive new ecosystem, totally buzzing with digital life, relationships, and creativity. But hey, that's not the whole story. Beneath the surface of this charming game, devastating anomalies were lurking in the code. And these weren't just minor visual hiccups, no way. They were critical structural failures just waiting to strike when players least expected it.
Section 1. Worlds halting in their tracks.
So, the first signs of the crisis: complete, unexplainable progression blockers. Players reported that after meticulously building up their islands, the game would suddenly just refuse to progress. No warning, no workaround. The digital world just stopped spinning. And you won't believe the triggers. They were incredibly mundane. Something as simple as changing the exterior of a pallet house would paralyze the simulation entirely. Just redecorating your digital real estate could literally break your reality. To make matters worse, basic scene transitions were actually triggering fatal errors. You'd walk through a door, the scene tries to switch, and bam, the game completely freezes. For any tech enthusiast, a crash on a basic loading state is a massive, massive red flag. Section 2. The corruption of love. Now, what happened next shocked everyone, because the bugs actually started targeting the player's most emotional moments. Imagine you're me, finally gathering the courage to successfully confess their love. But instead of a celebration, the system punishes you. A successful love confession instantly resulted in total data annihilation. Yeah, when players tried to save their game after the successful romance, they were hit with a terrifying error message, falsely claiming your save data is corrupted. In an era where we trust our devices to safeguard our digital progress, getting a false corruption flag locking you out of saving is absolutely terrifying. And the nightmare escalated further. What if you tried to take the next step and have multiple me characters move in together? I mean, this is supposed to be a core feature of the ecosystem. This heartwarming milestone triggered the exact same catastrophic save-blocking error. Data has been corrupted. Hours and hours of progress put at immediate risk just for letting your characters evolve their digital lives. Section 3. Endless sadness and glitches. Beyond the data-wiping threats, a wave of psychological horrors began infecting the me population. The simulation's logic was completely unraveling. In a truly bizarre anomaly, players found that their characters would remain trapped in permanent despair. Even after their sadness meter completely depleted, the code forced them to stay sad, just locked in endless digital depression. Furthermore, the relationship logic broke down completely. If a me failed to patch things up after a fight, the code would brutally and entirely erase their crush on a completely different character. It's like the butterfly effect of a single bug was altering the entire social fabric of the island. Even the physical environment was breaking down. Players would store their wishing fountain using the island builder only to find it permanently deleted from their inventory, lost to the void. Wishes could literally no longer be granted in this universe. Wild, right? The isolation became absolute when local play broke down too. Players were suddenly unable to send or receive anything from the outside world. They were completely severed from the network, trapped all alone on their glitching islands. Section 4. The Great Squirrel Deception. And then came the twist that left the community completely bewildered. A case of mistaken digital identity right there in the game's assets. For weeks, players believing they held the rare sugar glider treasure were actually being deceived. The game was incorrectly using the image of a southern flying squirrel, a massive biological mix-up hard-coded right into the treasure system. Section 5. Securing the digital future. So why does all this matter? Because it shows just how fragile these massive digital ecosystems truly are. Facing a collapsing reality, Nintendo had to step in, and fast. The game released in April 2026. Less than a month later, between May 14th and 15th, an emergency patch, version 1.0.2, was rapidly deployed across consoles worldwide to rescue the game. This crucial update addressed everything we just covered. It neutralized the save data threats, it cured the endless sadness, it cleared that localized gridlock, and finally, it put the great squirrel deception to rest by swapping in the correct image. The integrity of the digital world was patched and player trust was restored. But in a simulation this incredibly complex, you kind of have to wonder, what other anomalies might still be hiding in the code, just waiting to be discovered? Thanks for watching the video. If you like our video, please like and subscribe our channel.